So starting with the 4x8 women's side, I'm excited. This is going to be something I say for both the men and the women. But I'm really excited about the participation of Oklahoma State. They have a really good men's and women's team. Women's team's a little bit under the radar. They have very good, middle distance athletes in that 800. So I'm excited to see Oklahoma State go up against Penn State. Penn State, the defending champs. Villanova is the team that has owned the event. They've won 14 times. They're also in this race, but it's really going to come down to Penn State, Oklahoma State, Washington, Carly Thomas, Sophie O'Sullivan, very good. Washington, we'll talk about them when we get to the DMR, but ultimately it's going to come down to, I think it's probably going to be trying to do quick math. It's probably going to be about 820 type race, 820, 821. So if you're gambling, pick the over-under. Take the under of 821, in my opinion. All right, moving on. Women's 4x15. Women's 4x15. Now, we don't have the Arkansas versus NC State. We thought we would get. Arkansas decided to go to Drake Relays, and NC State, they're just not putting together a relay. They've been running individual events. Caitlin Toohey actually made her season debut. She ran a 408 1500 this past weekend, and then jogged a 5K. So no Toohey mania. But like I said, we still have Oklahoma State, Taylor Rowe in this race, Jeb Curry of Oklahoma State here, and then Notre Dame, Olivia Markovic. She's one to watch. She has a phenomenal kick. I think this is not going to be a chasing national record, chasing Penn Relays record, but we're going to have a really fast anchor. And I think Taylor Rowe versus Markovic versus maybe a Kaylee DeLay, going to have some very fast 1,500-meter runners anchoring. So look for everyone's kind of chilling, and then the final leg kind of quick 1,500 between the top dogs. And then last, women's DMR, Stanford. They're coming here. They're going all in on the DMR. We saw what they did on the indoor season with Willis and Whitaker. Mm-hmm. They have a great DMR.
That's the same team.
Other teams here.
The team listed is the same team.
Yeah, they have other competition here that's they're not by themselves. Oklahoma State can run really well with Taylor Rowe. Notre Dame, like I mentioned, Markovic, they are going to be challenged. And I think the outdoor record is 1,000% in reach. We see how fast these women's DMRs have running indoors. Outdoor record's only 10:48. That's gonna get demolished. And it'd be interesting to see what these Stanford women do. Whitaker and Willis, they're gonna have phenomenal splits. That's the only event that they're entered in, both men and women, is the women's DMR. There are how many relays? There are 18 relays.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire University of Stanford has chosen one, and the one they chose was the women's DMR. So there's a reason for it. They're here for that. They're here to get one wheel and one wheel only. And also Whitaker has some history running at the Penn Relays, so that's probably why they're coming too. They're like, "Hey, coach, do you mind booking a flight across the country to Philadelphia? I want to run a race." And all right, I guess so.
At NC's, you mentioned indoors. Stanford won. Notre Dame was third in that race. The battle between Stanford and Arkansas. Remember with Lauren Gregory closing down? But Notre Dame was only a couple seconds back. So watch them. And as you mentioned, Oklahoma State with Markovic, Rowe, and Whitaker on the anchor. That could be really good. Stanford, though, having Willis, 800-meter champion, as a trump card is pretty good. I don't know. They're going to get the lead. So this could look an awful lot like indoors again, where Whitaker, if she anchors, which she's listed on there right now, she's going to be running with a lead. So it'll just be a matter of can she hold on to that lead.